I received my SAG card after doing a voiceover for a Sierra Mist spec commercial that never made it to air. I played a talking tree. I assume my NDA is expired by now. Spoiler alert, I was a talking tree. It never became a commercial, but I got like a couple $100 and then I get my SAG card in the mail from it. And then I didn't actually pay, I got an offer to be in SAG. I didn't actually pay dues until like 5 years later because it's thousands of dollars. But that was really cool.
But I was thinking about one to do this year. I just haven't come up with it yet. I don't know what it would be. It probably won't have anything to do with it. What was I doing? I think I was in such a, I had done like a commercial and then some probably really awful acting on something, and somebody probably felt sorry for me and hired me, but I think I didn't quite understand what all the stuff was, and I just got this card in the mail and I was like, I have officially made it. I thought I'd made it. Yeah, I remember that I probably screamed like my neighbors. I was like showing everybody. You know what it's like? It's like when you get your driver's license, right? And you're like, look at this. And everyone's like, yeah, I have one, dude. Just seriously go away. It's 8:30 in the morning.
Most of the parts I've played have been American, Homeland, part of Selfie, and of course now Supergirl. So I've been very... I was actually already on set. I could come from England, so I got my SAG-AFTRA card when I did Homeland. And I felt like I was kind of joining a great, huge party. So I felt like I was, being at the best party in town. So it was a big thing for me, and I think the union's fantastic.
Let's see when I got.
Oh, you have it on you.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Been a member since 1985.
That's a long time, sir. Do you remember when it came in the mail?
Oh yeah. So I was living in Seattle, and I was doing at that time some radio spots, but the main thing I was writing for a comedy show, Almost Live, and Joel McHale, you may know him, came from Almost Live. You may have seen the movie Nebraska. The guy who wrote that, Bob Nelson, came from Almost Live. But I think more significantly, Bill Nye the Science Guy came from Almost Live. For me, it was significant. So I was working on trying to write jokes, and I was doing some television acting in Seattle. And then at that time, the Screen Actors Guild and the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists office was the same office. So for Seattleites, we always thought they were sort of the same organization, essentially. And so now that the two unions have merged, it's really good for me, and I'm a big supporter. So everybody, I've been a union guy all these years. Yes, I'm a mechanical engineer. I was a professional. I had a job. I worked. There's some controversy yesterday about the Air Force One. I worked on Air Force One, on that plane. Little vibration in the yoke and the steering wheel. Got rid of that. Old trick, or an old mathematical trick. But with that said, I've been in both acting unions. How long ago was 1985? 31 years ago. Yeah. So I'm a union guy in this respect.
Milo, right here, sir. Milo, can you look up, please? On the right side.
Oh boy, I think I got my SAG card on Sabrina the Teenage Witch when I was 19 or 20. I was going to school at UCLA, and I remember being Taft-Hartley'd into the union, and I thought it was the coolest damn thing. I was like, this is incredible. I've made it. I'm in a union, and then I'm like, oh, I got to pay dues. I get health insurance. Okay, great. I get dental and vision and all that, and great. Okay, perfect. What's
up, sir? Thank you.
I was 16 years old, and I was in Atlanta, Georgia. And we didn't know anyone that kind of came out of there. Kyle Chandler was a buddy of mine, back in Atlanta. It was like the little group of Ray McKinnon was my partner, and I got it on an episode of In the Heat of the Night. This Carol O'Connor pretty much kept everyone employed, like in our state, for a number of years. But and that was, God knows I don't want to give away my age, but that was 32 years ago. And here I am, man. Life's okay. Yeah. The road less traveled is worth walking down.
I got my SAG card. I used to teach martial arts to actors on movie sets, and I got my SAG card actually through being on set and teaching them and being a stunt double for some actors. So I remember getting that card. I'm like, yes, I actually am now a member of something, and I was so proud and so honored to be a part of such a great union. And now just to see how much it's grown and everybody's supporting each other. And those are always the good awards when your peers actually vote for you.
Catherine, right side. And to your right, beautiful smile. And then up top, please.